Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Beast Mysteries. In today's video, I just wanted to share some footage that I shot for Expedition Sasquatch 4 from a recent trip that I did last week. And in this footage, I'm at a location where a really weird thing happened to me one night back in 2015. And I had made a video about that weird experience before. If you want to watch it after this video, there's a link down below in the description where I go over it in more detail. But this is the spot where it happened, and I spend the night there by myself. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm hoping to have this film done very soon. So I'm here at a place that I call Hidden Lake. And I don't know if it's actually called Hidden Lake. That's just what I have called it since I've known of its existence. And this is the spot where I had a really weird encounter back in 2015, and I've mentioned it in other videos that I've made. But back then, I was with two other people, and one of our tents was set up where my tent is right now, right there. And the tent that I was in was actually set just up here. Like, I've been trying to find the exact location where I had the tent, but I can't really remember. I think it was right here. I want to say right here. It's either here or just over there. But we were up here camping. It was the second night here. We had hiked in. Like, this place is pretty deep into the bush. It's like a day's hike. But we had hiked all the way here the first day and spent the night. And then the second day, we hiked up to the mountain, like right on the top of the ridge back there. I don't know if you can see it in the shot, but it's back there. So we hiked on top of that ridge. We hiked back down. Kind of got lost on the way back, actually. But eventually, in the evening, found our way back to the camp. And the second night is when the weird thing happened, where in the middle of the night, I randomly woke up to something walking past the front of the tent, probably like 20, 30 feet maybe in front of the tent. And this is exactly where it happened. So it walked by the tent, and then it made a grunting sound. And like at that point in my life, I'm thinking it's a bear. So I was lying on my belly in my tent, like with my knife in one hand, ready to fight a bear. So, I mean, I definitely would have lost, but that's all I had at the time for protection. So eventually, like, it walked off, and I fell back asleep. So over here behind me is where I suspect the creature walked by, from left to right, maybe, like I said, 20 or 30 feet that way, and kind of just disappeared towards the mountain. And that was it, basically. And in the morning I woke up, I didn't even remember that it had happened. It wasn't until later in the day when we were on our way home that I was like, oh yeah, like, I remember this weird thing happening last night. And it just didn't feel like a dream. It felt like a thing that actually happened. And I still remember it like it actually happened. So, I mean, I'm back here alone for the night, and I'm hoping something crazy happens. I'm hoping to have something similar to that happen tonight. So I'm going to try some wood knocking and try and lure something in here somehow. But pretty much where I'm standing right now is where I suspect that creature walked. If it was a Sasquatch, like, it could have actually been a bear. I mean, this is bear country. And, lots of bears have been seen in this area over the years. So in that sense, it is kind of a dangerous spot. And it is a very remote lake. Like, this is really tucked away up in the mountains. And not a lot of people come here. So you can see how heavily forested it is. Just a beautiful old forest. The cool thing is that I'm actually right now using the exact same tent that I had on that trip, which is cool. So if it was a Sasquatch, maybe it'll recognize the tent. I think that trip was probably like the first or second time I ever used that tent.
and I'm still using it today, so wasn't a bad purchase. It stood up to all these different trips out into the bush. It's still holding up, so there it is right there. So I don't know, I keep walking down to the water to kind of, you know, look along the shore on the other side of the lake, because I want to, you know, see if there's anything across there watching me. I have this scenario in my head where I'm at the edge of the lake, and that's when I see Bigfoot is across the water on the other side, just kind of watching me. And there are fish in this lake, so, you know, it would be a good source of food for a Sasquatch. And, you know, I don't think it would be too crazy to think that they would come down to the water to catch fish. Every time I hear a fish jump, though, it kind of startles me. I think there's something splashing around in the water that's, you know, something that's not a fish, something like a Sasquatch. It's a pretty nice place. Just a real pain to get here. I'm exhausted. Pretty much 2 days of hiking. Like yesterday I hiked halfway, and you know, this morning I woke up, left to that camp around 11:30ish, and then got here at around 2:30, and just honestly just rested and relaxed when I got here. I didn't even feel like recording anything. I was just completely bagged, and now it's late in the evening, like it's 8 o'clock now. So yeah, so we'll try some wood knocking later, and we'll see if we get any sort of response. And I'm gonna eat a second dinner because I'm starving. I already had dinner and some snacks, and I'm still hungry, so that's my plan for right now. So we'll check in with you guys in a bit.